go! I am live! Give me just a moment, the game's booting up. I can't really click on stream stuff while I'm playing the game because of my controller, but good thing is that, yeah, game and stuff. Oh wait, hold on, I forgot I have to change the game capture window. I can't have it just to anything. Let's go. Yeah, we got it. Alright, nice. Where's the sound? Oh, it's because I need to click on it. That's right. But let me just check to see how everything's looking. Everything's looking good. I'm feeling so much better today. I know you can't hear the game yet, but that's because I clicked off of it. And it's just quiet whenever it's not clicked on. So, boom. See? We got sound now. It's game time! I'm not gonna start just yet. I'm gonna wait till 2 o'clock. Once my alarm goes off, we'll be able to go. So, how is everything today? I know there's really not really anybody here, but I still feel like asking anyway. Beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop. I just wanted to check all my stuff right now. I sent the story. People should see it soon. Also, I just love the starting screen for Stray. It's so pretty. I apologize for not streaming yesterday, but I really did feel absolutely awful. Like I couldn't even really get out of bed. I know I don't really need to justify the fact that I'm chronically ill, but I still feel the need to apologize anyway. There's always going to be last minute changes and updates. That's just the reality of my life. That's just how it is. And a lot of people aren't okay with that, but you know what? If they can't deal with that, then they're not worth my time. Because I literally can't help it. But I am in a much better mood today. I'm not hurting nearly as bad. My lower back still hurts a bit. But that's what my heating pad's for. That's what that's for. And I am much more comfy now. And we're gonna finish up Stray. I think actually before I get out of here, I want to try to look for some of the other soda cans. Can't really remember where they are, but I believe the last memory in this area is that one that needs 3 soda cans. Still not used to the button mapping of this controller, but as long as I just remember which buttons do which thing, I think I'll be good. I love the music in this game. It's so lovely. Oh! Uh-oh! I didn't think that's supposed to happen. It's kind of funny though. Oh, interesting. They may not have coded it so you could blow up the little guys. But yeah, that's definitely not supposed to happen. I suppose no experience is truly free without its fair share of bugs. I'm starting to think that maybe I should just continue onwards. Yeah, I've been thinking of possibly lessening the amount of Astroneer streams. I know I'd considered that before I mentioned it on Monday, but now I'm really thinking about it. Because there really isn't anything left to do. Ah, that's right, I haven't formally met Doc yet. Hi, Teddy. What's up, Rosie? Oh, Billy. You know my son Seamus? It's thanks to him that I came back from that damn place. And I know that I'm missing a single song for you. Momo is waiting for you on his boat. You could join him. Have you done everything you wanted in here? Because I'll close the door behind you. Don't want any Zerks coming through. I get that. I get that completely. Look at all that great stuff that falls into our trash. So many treasures. You should go visit the Barterman. There's something for everyone over there. Yeah, I only have one energy drink can, but I need more. I don't know where to find the others though. I think I've done this before, but I don't remember where to go for the other cans. No, I don't think I've been in this area. This little spot. I might just be misremembering, I don't know. It's been a week. Woo! Big jump. Ah ha ha! We got a can. So we just need one more. Ah! There we go. All the cans we need. That was easy. So Markiplier just posted a new video, like not even half an hour ago, and that thumbnail genuinely scared me. Like, I understand he's sick and stuff, but like, oh my god, Mark, that's like the creepiest thumbnail I've ever seen. Like, genuinely, that scared me when I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? What is that? But it's another horror game. Maybe he should do more of those thumbnails since it's so effective. because some of my best ideas have come from whenever I was in a not so great place, not so great mood. By the way, I have another thing of boba, and it's strawberry milk tea today. This is an ancient relic, testament to the talent of our ancestors. It will cost you 3 energy drink cans. I can't do less. Here you go. Aha! I knew it. This is an early model of a companion. Back then they didn't have any personality. They were just glorified autonomous cleaners. I think it's nice that they eventually mimicked humans. It's like they missed them. And in a way, they kind of kept them from going extinct. They're good robots. There we go! Oh, there's a couple of new ones. I guess maybe I should go look for those too. This is really impressive, Doc. Nobody had survived that long in the dead city. Oh. Our long-gone ancestors, the soft ones, left us this city. Our home is their legacy. Have I met all of you? Yeah. Only our ancestors can distinguish these colors. It is said they once dominated this world. Interesting. So does that mean that they can't read it? I think there's an achievement you could get if you manage to get this ball right into... I did it! Ah, there was an achievement! It's, boom, boom, boom chakalaka. That's great. I got it! Yeah, that's just one of those things I hadn't been able to do yet. But that's really funny. It's interesting that there's just a few new memories. Hello, Jacob. You're new around here. What can I do for you? Oh, you don't have anything to say? Nothing new? I guess I should go up. I would like to collect more memories. I think it would be nice. Please, don't act like a child. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh, that's his surgery. Ooh, I didn't even see that. Because most of the time I just assumed that whatever's there is something I can't read. But that is totally something I can read. Oh, the person's not here anymore. Rapport. My friend and I love tossing buckets at each other. Good, clean fun. Our downstairs neighbor disagrees, so we're taking a break right now. That's the opposite of good, clean fun. So it makes a mess. where any of the other two memories would be. Except maybe in one of the outsiders' places. Or maybe the TV? Because I remember the TV. No. It's interesting that that's not linked to any sort of memory. Yeah, but I already lost my chance to 100% the memories, but whatever. This isn't gonna be a perfect playthrough. I was never really planning on it being a perfect playthrough anyway. But I do believe I have more memories than I used to have the last time I played. I need to start working on making thumbnails as well, because none of my VODs have thumbnails. My introduction video has a thumbnail, but it's just, my profile picture, really. Maybe I start working on that. Oh, I remember this person was a memory. What's that sound at the door? Probably nothing. Let me in! Sheet music! I had no idea that was there. The reason why I'm taking my time to like look for more stuff around here is simply because I know we're at the halfway point of the game. While I might not remember everything that happened, I do remember that this was about the halfway point. I love the weather right now. I think I'm done with collecting memories. I think it's about time to move on. Besides, I got one more sheet music. I don't know if I got all of them. I don't think I did, but... Ballad of the Lonely Robot. I think I can play this. Look! I have a basic idea for what my other stream elements are going to look like. My starting screen, my BRB screen, and my technical difficulty screen, because there have been numerous times where I've had to leave for a moment to go and do something. But, I am missing one! I'm missing number 1. Damn. But, yeah, I can't just leave and leave my game screen back up. I need to have a be right back screen. Hello, Carl? Oh yeah, I remember. Newspaper. The boring stuff. All the weird stuff always happens to you, mate. I don't dare leave our village. It's too dangerous. Besides, Guardian is the only one who can open this door. Ah, that's right. You guys are still chatting about the same thing. Nothing new. It's interesting that they've kept the anti-bird architecture. Those little spikies. They probably even don't know why those are there. Wait, I wonder why they are there since this is an enclosed space. I mean, I'm sure small creatures have managed to get in here before, but like... interesting. Just something to think about, world building wise. I feel a sneeze in the back of my nose. Hello. Do you have musics? Speaking of talking like that, hold on, I have to burp. No burp, no burp. I felt like burp, but no burp. But anyway, speaking of talking like, do you have musics? I'm glad people have moved on from the whole, humans talk with cats. Because it really was a bit annoying. Because it's like, well, yes, my boys are very much dumb. They would absolutely talk like a 6-year-old Victorian child. Do you have the sheet musics? My nose is all runny because I need to sneeze. I might go grab some tissues in a bit. What about in this junk pile? And you know, everybody's used to like, I haven't met you. Look at all the hidden gems in this trash. Pennies from heaven. From somewhere anyway. Do you have the sheet musics? I'm assuming this is where trash gets dumped from the upper levels. What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't know. Where's the last sheet music? This is bullshit. I can't find it. This is sad. Alright, once the stream hits like 30 minutes, then I'll leave. Because we can't stay here forever. But it's still so funny that this person's bugged out. I don't even know where they're at. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. Okay, where's music piece number 1? Music sheet. Ah, it's in freaking Momo's flat. I knew it was somewhere like that. Should have known. Wrong way. It's time to go up. And while cats are usually very agile and stuff, my cats are not. My boys are very, very clumsy. In fact, Bub is notorious for falling on his ass and falling off of things. In fact, sometimes he would fall asleep on like a table or something and just on the books and he would just fall off. And I've seen it happen, and it is scary, cause like that's my boy. He hurts himself. Well, he doesn't really hurt himself, but he scares himself, and he scares me too. Oh, was it this? No, it was no. It was the same button. There we go. It's that button. Aha! My boys they're just a little dumb. Oh, I accidentally hit the microphone. I have one last one for you. Hey, that's the last music sheet. You've done very well, little one. Have this badge as a token of my gratitude. Hello! How are you? Let's see, what is this last piece? Petite valse. Sounds cool. Here, watch that. Well, it's good to hear. I'm finishing up all the things in the slums, and then we'll be continuing it with the story. And I got another little button from my vest. Where is it? I'd expect it to be on that side, but I guess maybe it's not. Oh, there it is. I see it. It's on the actual pack itself. Thank you for all that. I'm a great musician, though. Yeah, it is called Midtown. Yeah, that should be the next area. And it's time to leave the slums. Yeah, I've actually played this game before, but it's been a long time. So, I remember, like, generally, like, how much game is left, but I don't really remember everything. I guess that's the good thing about having a terrible memory. I can't believe you found Doc and got the defluxer. With this, now we can go find Balthazar. Let's go! I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one with a poor memory. Honestly, I feel like most people do have a poor memory. It's just like there are certain things that some people remember better than others. And so it's with some people, they're like, oh, I remember this certain kind of thing super easy, so you should too. But you know what? Different people remember different things. If we all remembered the same thing but forgot the same thing as well, then we'd be kind of stuck. That's the value of external opinions and other people's knowledge. Oh, I see a Zerk up there. I see a few Zerks up there. This place is creepy. It is creepy. But we'll be alright. Yeah, like, I can remember pretty much everything there is to know about Zelda. But I don't remember basic algebra, and I got a 97 in college level calculus in high school. I don't see any way to open this gate. Can you take a look on the other side? But honestly, maybe it's good that I don't really remember math stuff, because I may have been good at it, but I absolutely despised it. And really, it caused me a lot of stress, so it's just better for my health, I suppose. Woo! I believe if you go through the entire sewers without using the UV light, you might get an achievement, but I don't know if I want to do that. Besides, I don't know if they attack Momo. Since I couldn't find my mech, but when I found it, I was like, I could have looked on my shelf. The reason I put it up there, I think, was because of my cats. Ooh, yeah. I also hate misplacing something and finding it in an obvious place. But that's also because usually there are like designated places to put things, and whenever it's outside of that designated place, it basically just vanishes. Like one time, my character doesn't wear glasses, but I do. And one time, I had accidentally left my glasses downstairs. And my vision is bad enough that I pretty much always need to wear my glasses. But I was just so tired that night that I forgot to take them up with me. And I was like looking around in my room for like half an hour, like, where are my glasses? Where the hell are my glasses? I even grabbed my old glasses just to look for them. It was really, really funny. But then I was like, they must be downstairs. So I went downstairs and I look in the kitchen, and there they are on the counter. To get a whole new charger because, oh no! Oh no, that's awful! Ooh! Alright, Momo, what's up? All this old machinery is broken now. I think we can only open it manually. Ooh, I know what to do. It's time. Damn, Momo, you're strong. Oh, that's alright. Go get your headphones. Ugh, I can't go on with you, but I won't stop looking for a way. When you find Balthazar and Clementine, tell them I was brave. Oh! Oh boy. I forgot how gooey this place is. Man. Welcome back. We had to leave Momo behind because of the door. Let's see if I can. Oop. I don't like that. I think I should be able to go by without them blowing up. Also, the buying something because you forgot where you placed it thing, I feel like I've done something similar as well, but I can't remember what it was, if that did happen. Either that or it was something my dad did, because he would do the same exact thing. Ah! Oh, shit. I forgot which button was the laser. I know, right? This place is awful. It's creepy and it's stressful. Let's see if I could get through this whole place without using the laser. I don't know if the previous area counts. Shit. But, ooh! Ooh! I want to see if I can get the achievement. Normally I'd be like super stealthy and take my time, but I kind of want to see if I can do this without the laser. I'm challenging myself. Oh yeah! I've had to put a lot of effort into these kinds of parts too. It's very much a, you'll have the easiest time if you take your time. Honestly, rushing through something like this very much reminds me of, like, Outlast and stuff. Because I would also just constantly run. Oh, I had to go back around. Let's see. It's such a mysterious area, too, because this is the only area with, like, this weird eldritch thing. It's the only area like this. I want to know the lore behind... I want to know more of the lore behind the Zurks, because I think I remember most of it, but this whole, like, all the eyes and stuff... It's so mysterious. Like, the little guys are explained. I remember that. But this big thing isn't. I think once we get out of this area into the safe area, I might turn on my fan because it's getting a bit hot in my room. Yeah, help me! Don't leave me here! We gotta go! You can watch Game Theory, I think. Ooh, that's true. But I'm personally not a big fan of MatPat because of his whole, like, smarmy persona. I used to watch him, and some of his theories are really good, but I don't know. It's just a personal gripe I have. But not everything is made for everybody, so that's just how it is for me. Honestly, I very rarely ever mention this, but I am a biology minor, and I do I have taken a lot of classes in microbiology and genetics, and what I think is that it's like a, what's it called? Like a, you know those like weird like slimy like growths and deposits you'll find in like tubes and areas where a bunch of water is. I forgot what they're called. Let's just let me read this and then I'll talk more on it. It was dark. I was alone. I felt like I was back in the network. But you saved me. Thank you, friend. Trying that much power was rough on my core. The defluxor is completely destroyed now. I'll have to be careful. I think that little bit I did in the very beginning did ruin my chance at doing the thing. I'm so bad at explaining certain things, but like I forget what it's called, but it's usually like a community of like bacteria and stuff can build up and form like a whole like slimy area. It's like a little mucusy kind of thing. I keep forgetting what it is. I just took a microbiology class that went over this, and I forgot what the freaking term is. But essentially it's just like a community kind of thing, and that's what I think those big, yeah, it's a pretty common occurrence. It's like in water pipes and stuff. It's not really something that can be avoided, but it can be treated slightly with very, very light amount of chlorine in like big water tanks and stuff. I need to remember what those are. A traveler from the sewers. We haven't seen one of you in ages. What is it called? In water. Bacteria colony in water. It's usually like a colony and stuff, but there's a term for it and I can't remember it. Are you the one who contacted us earlier? The little outsider? Balthazar the outsider has been expecting you. He's meditating at the top of our village. Okay, I need to turn on my overhead fan. I'll be right back. The struggles of needing a heating pad because your back hurts, but needing the fan on because it's really freaking hot. It's so sweaty, I don't like it. But yeah, I think there's that big, like, collection of nonsense, just like the like egg sacs where the zerks are, is like those types of, oh yeah, this is Ant Village. Right in between the slums and Midtown. And this was probably completely constructed by the bots. Yeah, biofilm! Thank you! I totally forgot that that's what it's called. Yeah, it's a biofilm. Because I knew like it's normally like a kind of like filmy, kind of mucusy kind of thing. Like in our intestinal linings and our stomachs. That's kind of like a biofilm as well because of our microbiomes. Anyway, lore time. This machine. The scientist I assisted used one of these. He was sick. This was his last hope. He walked into the machine. But I wasn't with him. He was alone. What was he doing? He uploaded himself into the computer, and then everything was different. But the upload, something went wrong. He was stuck for hundreds of years. Until a little cat appeared. Was it? It was. Me. I was the scientist. I was human. I need a moment. Big memory. I'm sorry, I need a moment. I don't feel like talking right now. Alright. No talking. No chatting. We'll meet people later. But yeah, that's what I think it is. Because usually stuff like this is rooted in some type of speculative biology. And speculative biology is a term you'll hear a lot in like fantasy and sci-fi with like fictional species and whatnot. What else have I forgotten? I must have had parents, friends. What happened to everyone? I wanted to open the city, but is there even anyone else still left to save? It's rough. But honestly, one great thing about being both an artist and a big biology nerd is the fact that really art and science are essentially the same thing. Creativity is such a huge part of things like knowledge and academia and science. What is this? Hey! Don't you know not to interrupt a fellow during his transcendental meditation? Oh, it's you. Yeah. You were with Momo when we received that call earlier. Glad to meet you at last, little outsider. You know Momo and Doc, so you're already familiar with us outsiders. I miss them. The memory brings me peace. Momo stayed in the slums. I heard you helped find Doc. And Clementine. She's in Midtown now. If you still want to see the outside, she's the one who can help you get there. Or she's the one who can get you there. Apparently, she had some kind of plan to leave the city. Here, take this. I wrote her address on the back of this picture. Aww. To reach Midtown, climb up our little village. It should be easy for a dexterous one like you. If you manage to reach the outside, you'll be the very first. I'd wish you good luck, but you don't need it. I believe in you. I'm sorry for shutting down earlier. I'm human, probably the last in the world. Now look what's left of me. So much has come back to me. How much have I forgotten? Maybe if we find Clementine, we can restore my memories and get you back home at the same time. If we can go back down and find out more from the companions, or head onward to Midtown. I saw a memory and I want to get it. So we're gonna get that first. If I can get back down. Another lovely little place for pictures. But we don't have time for pictures. I forgot how difficult it was to really get around here. Oh, hello there. It's been so long since we've had a visitor. Well, except those damn Zerks, of course. Imagine if we could harness their power, having them run in a wheel or something. Such a wasted potential. When I grow up, I want to be great like Aunt Clementine. I wanted to explore like she did, but the grown-ups forbade us to leave Ant Village. Electric circ everywhere. And here's the memory. This language. The companion robots made it up from scratch. How impressive. I played Simmons' game on a PlayStation. I'm pretty sure there was a trophy for sleeping for 1 hour. Oh wow. I mean, I could probably do that. I could like leave the game on and just go like off and eat or something. That's great. One of the other games I play, Astroneer, right now one of my goals is getting all of the achievements. That's a gold trophy? Ooh. I don't know exactly, but at one time all the communications started to switch to these symbols. I was stuck in a computer and alone for a long time. So I translated every symbol in Word one by one until I was able to understand everything. Now that I'm out and I know their language, I'm curious to hear all they have to say. Me too! Language, art, evolution, it's all the same and it's all so very beautiful. Did you know there are more than 900 shades of white paint? Don't tell anyone, but I'm creating my own shade of paint. I'm calling it garbage brown. Nice. May is in her deconstructivist period, so she says. I'm sure she'll become a great artist. If only she could practice elsewhere. Oh yeah, you're all covered in paint. I do love the smell of fresh paint. It reminds me of... Oh wait, can't smell anything. How sad. $9,536 games 1 to 6. Don't tell anybody I'm actually programmed to win at this game. Statistically, I should have won at least 8 times. Well, I'm about to mess it up for both of you. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. I was a bellbot many cycles ago, but I've repurposed myself into a treasure hunter. Don't be fooled by the sound of it. It can be hard and gruesome, just like this arm I just found. Poor fellow. May he rest in peace. Wonder what else there is to find in here. I know there's no more memories, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing. Soothing sound of trash falling, shimmering waterfalls, no dangers. It's a blissful place to work on my poetry. Here, listen. Thee, mighty concrete, shielding me in its womb, shall you also be my tomb? You think it's too solemn? Oh, back here. Nice. But I think the way here. It's hard navigating Ant Village. I forgot how annoying it was to get around here. This food is actually horrible, but it's the only thing around. I'll have to unscrew my front casing if I keep eating this trash. People call me the Tin Chef, specializing in upcycling leftovers. Today's special, ramen J45, with my secret ingredient. Nice. Hello, buddy. How are you? Did you know that Aunt Clementine taught us how to grow special plants that can live without sunlight? I have a huge collection of them. Do you want to see? Still missing some colors, though. If that robot said it likes the smell of fresh paint, then maybe they were humans as well. It's possible that they've probably managed to carry on some of that same transferred coding, just like B12. I'm missing a yellow paint, a red one, and yes, plant, not paint. And yes, a purple plant. Only someone small and agile could get them for me. I shall do your bidding. Pfft, I'm bored. Aunt Clementine used to hold classes here. We learned a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, I have a feeling that some of this culture that they've developed is remnants of any sort of uploaded code, just like the scientist. That maybe as they were connected to the network, they picked up on it too. So maybe they weren't once humans completely, but perhaps, just like, essentially the same as like descendants. Just in a different form. Because they do seem to value humans and what they did to bring them here. Alright, where's the red plant? I actually never thought about that. It's really difficult to tell. But I like that so much stuff has been left up to interpretation. I think leaving a lot of things up to interpretation is great, really. Show, don't tell is such a powerful tool in media. You know, honestly, as an artist myself, I do take drawing classes at my university. There's a lot of contemporary stuff and abstract things as well. And a big important part of art is its meaning and its process. And honestly, that's why a lot of people don't understand why AI art is such a bad thing, and it's because it's not art. Where's the heart? Where's the soul? There is none. It's just taking other people's work and creating something that doesn't really have any meaning. Not to mention the fact that it hurts real people, especially things like ChatGPT. And it doesn't even just like hurt the people with the jobs, it hurts like credibility and stuff, because when you ask the chat AI to like give you a source, it doesn't give you a real source actually. It just gives you something it makes up. A big thing about the internet and the fact that it's so America-centric is the fact that there's very little internet literacy, very little like understanding of internet safety. But that may also have to do with the fact that internet being such an important thing is still fairly new. Oh, there are the red ones. I see them. Haha. And unfortunately, the thing about AI art is that it's also ruined the term AI. People hear that buzzword and they immediately think that it's a terrible thing. But AI just means artificial intelligence. And if it's made ethically, then it's a good thing. But if it's made unethically, then it's a bad thing. Because AI is a tool. And AI art is a bad tool that's used by exploiting other people's work. And while, yeah, it could be used in a good way by, like, coming up with ideas and stuff, it isn't used in that way, and it's used based off of other people's stolen work. If it was built ethically and used ethically, then it would be a fantastic thing, and there wouldn't be anything wrong with it. But no! Tech bros don't really understand what ethics are, so, yeah, they've really just ruined a lot of stuff for a lot of people. It's really unfortunate. Like I said, if only someone could snatch a yellow plant, a red plant, and a purple plant for me. I love that color. Thanks, buddy. Could you find the other for me, please, please? Oh, I heard it's a rare plant. Thank you. Could you find the other for me, please, please? Oh, wow. It's so pretty. Thank you. You found them all. Thank you so much. Here, as a reward, take my badge. I've never gotten this one. Because I accidentally moved on to Midtown before I finished this one. It looks so good with it. Well, take care now. See ya, friend. Really, one of the biggest downfalls about all of these different things is simply the fact that people simply make them with like tunnel visioning on monetization, and they forget about ethics and stuff. But that's a big part of capitalism, is a lack of ethics. In order for capitalism to truly be like pure profit, you have to sacrifice ethics for it, and we're in late stage capitalism, which hurts everybody. And thinking about the way this is still sectioned off, just like the humans had it and still have it with our actual societies. It's just remnants of human culture, of what once was, and the fact that even in emergencies they still separated people based on class. Look, this is a subway station. I had completely forgotten this kind of transportation existed. You could ride to anywhere in the city. People used to take it to go to work. I used to take it too. Every morning after saying goodbye to my family at home. I remember. I was doing this for them, but they're gone now. It was so long ago. They wanted to see the outside, but does that even matter anymore? What happened to them? What happened to everyone? Anyway, we're near Midtown now. Let's find this Clementine. We have a picture of her. We can show... Excuse me. We can show it to some people, some of the companions around here. Maybe they'll point us in the right direction. And you may hear some of the same excuses with... Oh, random question. If you could become any food, what would you be? Ooh, good question. That is a good question. Probably pig. Soft, unpressed tofu. And why do I mean soft tofu instead of firm? Because I don't like firm tofu, and tofu is very versatile. I've had tofu before. And I don't like firm tofu because of its texture. It's very, like, lumpy and mushy. And mushy textures are bad news for me. I don't like them. But the soft, silky, smooth tofu, yum, yum, yum. There are so many books here. The Turing Test Legacy, The Ethics of Artificial Intelligence. I recognize some of these. I have a library. I remember nothing was quite like the smell of books and the turn of a page. It was a feeling, almost like comfort. A book was like spending time with someone. Ooh. Nice allegory, yeah. Ooh, I think I will get most of the memories here. Honestly, I have a feeling this person thinks I'm a Zerk and is, like, afraid. Ooh. Honestly, I think the prison is the worst part of this game. Like, yeah, the Zerk part is bad with the big eldritch eyes, but the prison is really difficult. I already told you 5 times, Yosh. You can't run around like that. It's dangerous. Hey, this is the first time I've seen this kind of robot. It's so fluffy. Oh, it's the girl displayed in this wanted screen, right? Oh, that's right. Yeah, there she is. Should ask somebody else. I'm too busy with Yosh here to know anything. Don't worry about trash. Neko Corporation, copyright, takes care of everything. Please state your identity. Cooperate or we will have to transfer you to jail and reboot you. Ooh, yeah, that's spooky. Please leave me alone. I'm not the one you're looking for. If you're looking for Clementine, I'm sure she's hiding in the residence. A big excuse with AI art is that it makes art more accessible, but as a disabled artist, let me tell you, that is bullshit. A lot of people use that excuse, but really, it means nothing because art is literally the most accessible profession. Anyone can do art. Literally anyone can. And you don't need AI to do it. Literally just like scribbling on a page, even if you like have little to no motor function, you can still make art. Like, there's music, there's architecture, there's furniture, there's so many different things. So many things that people can even forget is art. This merchant crook sold me a faulty battery the other day. Now he just pretends not to hear me every time I try to confront him. If it wasn't for the sentinels on patrol, he'd end up at spare parts. Ooh. Oh wait, actually, looks like poor guy doesn't even have a battery himself. Maybe he sold the guy a faulty battery because he himself has a faulty battery. Hello, bouncer! Club's closed. Get lost. Honestly, I found pretty much no memories here, simply because it's just Midtown is so big, it's a bit overwhelming. It's the trendiest shop in Midtown. The shopkeeper is pretty grumpy. You're one of those young punks listening to loud music all day. Don't touch anything. Don't make any noise. Don't ask for a credit. I think it's cute that, like, there are different perceptions depending on where you go. Like in the slums, everyone thought you were Zerk at first interaction. And then in Ant Village, they knew you were one of the outsiders. And here they think you're a tiny robot. It's cute. It's really cute. Sorry, shop's closed. I'm waiting for the delivery guys, but it seems they're taking their sweet time. Oh, you still own a bar. This is the coziest place around here. Until they took a screwdriver in the knee, and it's closed now. Even if this guy bums me out, he's my only customer. Try not to scare him away, please. I'll try my best. You've been in the city below? I had a friend there, Fifi. I haven't seen him in ages. I don't recall seeing the Fifi in Ant Village or the slums. Kind of sucks that the slums are so separated from Ant Village in Midtown. I'm busy, what do you want? Sorry, little one, you can't play over here. The Necocorp factory is no place for a little fuzzball like you. Access is restricted, but only for a little while. If you can wait a few years, we'll open right back up. I love that years is like no time at all for these guys. At Necocorp, we work all day long to gather the waste and send it downstairs where they recycle and repurpose it. Speaking of downstairs, it's been a while since we had news from them. Hello, Albert. Fifi. Damn, is Fifi that important? I wonder if I could go back down to Ant Village. Tried downloading an aimbot to be the best at this game, but ended up with a malware. I'm not sure why, but everything seems odd now. I mastered every game that ever existed, and I can't figure out how this one works. Am I not seeing the whole picture here? I don't know, Tonin. I like pretty much everything. Nice picture. I've seen this girl before, I think. She was looking for information about all sorts of very old machines. Weird. My favorite drink is oil. What's yours, Mammoth? What will it be today, little sir? Our world must seem gigantic from your little eyes. Wish I could be as tiny as you so I could explore new hidden places. I can't talk to you. Isn't it so cool right now? So chill. I think that nothing bad could happen to us. Oh wow, my microphone actually picked up my whistling that time. Like a week ago, I was streaming with my friend Vincent, and I tried whistling into my microphone and it just did not pick it up at all. Life is boring since the Sentinels put cameras in our residence. Hey, those tapes are ours. Don't you know not to steal? I could give you one, but you'll have to do something for it. Jinma, Miko, and me. The Sentinels have installed 3 security cameras to watch over us. We don't like that at all. Can you get them off our backs? Hey, dumbface! We can see you too! I got this. I'm the little one. I'm the little guy. I can do anything. One of my favorite things about watching other people play this game is that they always default to calling the cat a he. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, actually, it's quite accurate. You have a greater chance of being correct by calling an orange cat a he than a she, because most orange cats are male. Well, I actually have an orange cat who is a lady. Her name is Lily. She's a bit funny shaped, but she's very smart and very sweet. What are you exactly? A quadruped making cute sounds? I like the concept. There's an address behind there. It's just here. Ah, that's right. Hold on. This is a picture of Clementine and Balthazar. Told us to find her. She's an outsider too. It's just a series of symbols written on the back of the pictures. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's right, 3 and 5. But I want to remove all the cameras first. Where is it? I hear it. Ah, there it is. I feel like a big archetype regarding a lot of VTubers and PNG tubers is that they're all really dumb. Like either really stupid or really like easy to tease, and I'd like to change that whole stereotype. Not just that, but my general character's design is much more simplistic. Yeah, here it is, but I want to get the last camera first. Where is it? I got that one, and I got that one. Oh, I heard it. Where is it? It's gotta be over on this side somewhere. But maybe it also helps that I like to info dump about things that I like. And that makes streaming so wonderful because like people like listening on streams of people talking about cool things like that. And it's like, yeah, people like the things I want to talk about. Like, oh, yap your ear off. Box. Yeah, I got you. There we go, I got all of them. And now... Actually, let's go down and get the tape. What do you mean you forgot your character sheet? I spent the whole week preparing this session. Ooh. That's a big mood. Yay! Well done. I didn't think you could do it. Here, take your prize. You earned it. Nice. Enjoy our song. You'll love it. I think Clementine's apartment is one of my favorite spaces in this whole game. Oh, there's a memory here. I see those particles. I know what that means. Or is it just the sunlight? It might just be the dust in the sun. Or the light. Box means bad because you're gonna have to hide from something, I think. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I thought you were sent. Never mind. Who are you? What do you want? Wait, so Balthazar finally decided to send someone? Guess you're my new recruit. You're not very big. How do you even manage the sewers? Guess you must be pretty resourceful. I've been looking for a way out to the outside ever since I left Ant Village, but the sentinels are always watching. Now that you're here, you can help. Follow me. Yeah, I remember I'll have to end up coming here on my own again at some point. And there's gonna be a bunch of sentinels in the apartment complex. That's why the boxes are there. I remember that part. I've been working on a plan to use this old subway for a while. I even have the keys to start it. All we need is an atomic battery to power it. I know Neko Corporation has one secured inside their factory. I have a contact who can help us infiltrate them. I don't know his name. He's a robot with a bomber jacket and a gold chain. Take this message to him. Someone small and swift like you should have no problem sneaking inside the factory. One last thing. Don't hesitate to ask around for help. The city is full of information. Just stay clear of the sentinels. Yeah, I'm starting to remember a lot of things about this game. Especially mechanics-wise. Gosh, Clem's apartment is just so cozy. As a big maximalist myself, it's so lovely. Like, I have a bookshelf and it's just full of goodies and it pleases me. It's cozy little areas like this, so nice. I think there were some memories in here, but I can't remember exactly. Looks like if the lo-fi girl changed the background. Yeah. Post-apocalyptic lo-fi girl. That's Clementine right there. Like, genuinely. Just replace the lo-fi girl with this shot of Clementine. There you go. That would actually be pretty good for something like Future Base. Because I used to listen to Future Bass for a brief period of time before I got back into hardstyle and industrial music. Just general hardcore and speedcore and stuff like that. That's more my personal speed. But I respect Future Bass. It's got some good stuff. Been waiting for ages for Stuplacci to get back and help me restock these hats. Boss is not happy. That guy's slacking off at the bar again. He has another thing coming. It sounded like lo-fi girl music in Clementine's apartment. It did, yeah. Very true. Getting back is absolutely well moved, if you know what I mean. Only a big crash on the head could wake him up. My goodness, yeah. I love that they snore. That's so silly. Yeah. Clementine is lo-fi girl confirmed. I mean, I know that's mean to do, but like, the sounds they make is kind of funny. Oh, look at him! That's the other worker that's putting away the hats. The hats. Oh yeah, the hats. I am stealthy. The music changed. Here we go. I know I need that, and I know I need this. I'm not even gonna lie, that is more like the kind of music that I usually listen to. And I usually don't say like breakcore or anything, but that's only because there's a lot of breakcore that doesn't really have any sort of like really like structure to it, and it's sometimes okay, but like it's a bit hit or miss for me sometimes. Anyway, where did you get that? Oh, you're with the outside my contact? Let me brief you about the atomic battery. The battery is powering the Necocorp factory right there, but this whole area is restricted and heavily guarded. They check every person who enters and turns away anyone who is not a worker. Here's an idea. Go get me a worker jacket and a worker helmet while I stay here to check for a good time to enter. Excellent, this helmet will do the trick. You do still need a proper worker jacket though. Did you find one of those too? Perfect, this jacket is exactly what we needed. I'll get dressed now. Mind turning around? These are great! A little snug around the waistline, but it'll do. Okay, hop in this box, and I'll sneak you across the checkpoint. of my favorite things about being a fan of obscure music is the fact that like there are certain genres where a lot of people fight over like what counts as what genre. Uh-oh. I don't think it's on my end because the drop frames don't seem to be too bad. Could you try resetting and see if that works? Because it could be on my end. I might need to lower my bitrate. Oh, my drop frames are raising actually. Hold on. I think it is on my end. Settings. Stream. Beep beep. Okay. Let's see. Are the drop frames slowing down? Come on. Don't do this to me. No! Come on. Oh, and I forgot to change my other thing. Hold on, I just realized something. Beep. I've been using the wrong PNG tuber this whole time. I've got three. Got three of them. Oh, it is me. My frames are dropping fast. Uh-oh. Let's see. Come on. Slow down. Why is my frame rate dropping? Well, and it's Google time. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's going, this net's doing so hot. I need to keep lowering my bitrate. Come on, what's happening? Oh, wait, there we go. I think it's, yeah, it's gone back to being good. Yeah, we did it. I fixed it. I did it. I fixed it. The drop frames completely stopped. So, if you're returning now, then I think maybe it should be fixed. It might still be behind a bit, but let me check. Let's see. I'm checking on my phone real quick. Yeah, it's on time. Okay, so if it's still like a few seconds behind, you think, then here, let me just test by messaging in chat myself. If that doesn't show up like super quick on screen, then reset, because I fixed it. The drop frames stopped dropping, so everything's good now. I fixed it. Now we can return to the game. Oh, I remember what to do in this area. look at some of the other achievements. Oh shit! Oh, we're okay. My end is pixelated. Oh, that might be because I had to lower the bitrate so much. Hold on, let me check on my phone again. Let me see. Yeah, it's super pixelated right now. Because I had to lower the bitrate so much. Let's see if I can bring it back up a little bit. Yeah, apologies. I just need to deal with all this stream nonsense. Let's see if that helps a little bit. Yeah, I don't want it to be like completely invisible. Okay, that still is pretty pixelated. The frame rates haven't dropped, yeah, the frame rate hasn't dropped again. So let's raise it back up a little more. I think maybe it just needed like a bit of a hard reset for a minute. So let's see. That's better. That is definitely better, but let's see. I'm gonna push it a little further to see if I can bring it back up to 5,000 per second. Because I had to drop it all the way down to 2,000 kilobits per second. Let's see, if my frames start dropping, then I'll bring it back down to 4,000, but it's at 5,000 now. That quality looks a lot better. Yep, there we go. I think that will be good. Yeah, I wasn't sure what exactly kilobits did for the video quality, but now I know what it is specifically. Okay, I know how to get down there. Well, thank you for letting me know, because I definitely wouldn't have known if nobody was chatting with me. Hey, good thing you're here. You can help me. I lost the keys to my place in this dark and huge factory. Sentinels refused to help me. They told me, you have no place to go home or work here. If by any chance you could help me find them, I'll be eternally grateful. But my stream should be fixed. I haven't started dropping frames again, so everything should be pretty good. Oh, that's right, I can do this. Shit! I didn't even mean to meow! Shit! Ah! That's why this box is here. Not very many people talk about like the technical aspects of streaming. I feel like it's pretty important to share that kind of stuff. It just feels like it makes the whole process a little more understandable, because like I didn't really understand anything about streaming until I started doing it myself. Background music kind of sounds like weirdcore. Ooh, weirdcore. I haven't listened to very much weirdcore. I need to, like, get a better feel for that kind of genre. There are always certain genres where, like, no matter how much you listen to it, it's unclear what it's like. Like Frenchcore, for example. I don't really understand what makes Frenchcore Frenchcore. Because it just kind of sounds kind of like gabber sometimes. And I'm just kind of like, what is this? What makes this Frenchcore? Can I go over there? I think I can, but like, not right now. Unless... No? Yes? No? I love all of the music in this game because it really is very, what's the word? You speak in French and make it sound romantic, then you can get away with saying anything. Ah oui, la baguette. I hate French. I genuinely hate it. It's one of the few languages I don't like. And I only hate it because it's just like, it's the spelling specifically. And the fact that it's so different from other romantic languages really gets on my nerves. I feel like French is overrated. Let's see. Don't remember exactly how to do certain things, but I think I can just like bring this over here and then hop up on it. Yeah, there we go. There we go, we're making progress. Ah, that's the one, yeah. This one. I think one of the funniest criticisms of this game is, oh, a real cat wouldn't do this. A real cat wouldn't be able to do all this cool stuff. Woo! The game started lagging. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got it! Quick, let's get out of here before the sentinels show up. We've got to get this battery back to Clementine. Let's see. Bucket. I remember seeing a video on my feed that goes into like explaining why French is so different from other romantic languages, but access to the lower level is restricted to organic life hazards. Please keep out of this area. But I haven't watched that video, and I really should. I want to know why French is the way it is. Like, I've gotten some, like, vague Tumblr explanation, like I remember somebody was like, oh, we should just spell things the way we hear them, and just spell things the way we want. And then someone was like, oh, that's quite literally what happened with French. And like that vagueness doesn't really explain things. Whoa. But if that's kind of like an aspect of how French became French, then I would like to learn more. I would like some elaboration because that's pretty interesting. Yeah, here's sneaky time. Apartments edition. It's actually EDIT edition. I'm not good at spelling out loud. It's the EDITION. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm actually pretty good with spelling in general, but spelling out loud is my #1 weakness. Because I'll start spelling it and then I'll be like, where was I? How do I get up from here? See, there's stuff over there, but like... Oh, yeah, there's another box here. Oh, shit! Oh, wait, no, no. You can't see me. Go away. Ha 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 ha. Shit! No! Bye! Where's the other box? Shit. Shit! Shit! There's gotta be another box up here. Oh no. No! I panicked. I mean, I know how to do this. I've done it before, but I got too excited and I panicked. I'm glad I was able to fix the stream, cause I had some really bad stream issues last week with playing multiplayer, cause it used up like all my bandwidth. But at least I know how to deal with that and fix it now. You can steal our spot, but you can't steal our moves. Hey, you think you can stop us from hanging our dicks? Do you think the criminal is eyeing my collection of vintage cards? All this work for nothing. Remain calm. A search operation is ongoing. Remain calm. A search operation is ongoing. I wonder if some of those caretakers with wiped memories, once I got in the box, it got in first, it got stuck because there was a lot of sentinels on my tail. Haha, yeah, I get it. Ooh. Shit! No! No! Man, I have bad luck. Hold on, I just gotta find another box. Beep. Now what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Ah! Oh, right, this is the one that moves. Bye! That was easy. And there's one that looks at the stairs, and that's the one that spotted me. Was it not gonna do that this time? Did I just get really unlucky? Yeah, I should be able to just do this. Get in there! We are free! Clam? No sign of Clementine. Oh, what's that? Looks like some kind of coded message. We're going to have to play detective to figure out what happened to her. Look, with B12 and the cat. The answer lies in my stuff. And then there's 4 symbols. It's signed Clementine. Take a look. Oh yeah, the plant crystal lamp. And the other thing. You found something? I don't see anything, are you sure? Ooh, incense. My sensors can only detect harmless chemicals in a gaseous state. They can't recreate the calming sensation I remember. Like me, companions can't smell, so I wonder why they do this. There's also a message hidden under the container. It says, I'm with... This gem is of medium value and low purity. The glow seems to have been added artificially. Maybe it acts as a beacon for us to find something useful. Bingo! There's a message. It says, Blazer. Huh? What an odd thing to have in an apartment. Is this the way the companions here see humans? It's kind of funny. Look, something's been left here. It says, come to. Found something? I don't see anything, are you sure? I think the last one is in the kitchen. Let's see. Ah, there it is. I have no idea what this is, but its glow is kind of mesmerizing. It's like a digitized lava lamp. Sorry, I was elsewhere. Didn't even notice this message here. Reads, nightclub. I'm with Blazer. Come to the nightclub. That's it. Well done, Lieutenant Cat. Now let's go find her. We don't have much time. Ah, that's right. I think I was talking about the fact that I, fixed my stream stuff. I'm glad I figured out how that works. Hello! Oh! Oh! I've never done this before. That's so cute. Oh man. That reminds me one time, I was laying on my couch and my cat decided to straight up land right on my belly, and ugh, it hurt so bad. But I couldn't be mad at him. He's my baby. Just walked near the elevator and I got yelled at by the sentinels. For years we have been told that the surface is uninhabitable. Just accept this as fact, but why? Hello. What can I do for you tonight, Chef? The Sentinels. They are meant to protect people, fighting crime and maintaining order. But as life became harder in the city and groups started to rise up, the Sentinels quickly became the hounds of the powerful. They were the perfect tool to keep the city under control, obedient, unquestioning, tireless. Even after the end of the humans, they continued to exert their control. Always on duty, relentless. Ooh, that's right, we got some more. Some more that I haven't found just yet. Please describe to me the profile of the thief. Let's see. There's really all. I don't think there's much up above that I can really explore in most of the areas around here. I love this group so much. But there is this back area. Howdy, partner. Why don't you come over here so I can get a good look at you? Wonderful. Look at this little cutie. I wonder if the rest of the memories in this area would be unlocked around the time that the jail section happens. Ooh! Memories. This spot is nice. What I wouldn't give to actually feel the softness of the pillows, or the taste of a cold drink. This drone is useful, but I miss having my own body. I miss feeling. I miss hurting and being hungry. I know this isn't helping, but what if we stayed for just a little longer? Thanks for listening. I'm ready now. Actually, let's see. Oops. I think I have to take the bucket. Oh. Well, I didn't want to go completely down, but that's fine. We can get back up. It's not too hard. Oh, hello. Oh, there's a person here. Hello, person. Oh, you have no business here unless you want your legs replaced by something more fancy, which you don't. So get lost. You got a person. Once I had a dream where I was on a couch and I was looking for a pack of cards, and I dropped one behind the couch. When I went to get it, Gratoga stabbed me in my hand. Oh, you actually felt pain. Oh god, I remember I had a dream during like the first week that I started streaming, when I was still getting used to the general feel of streaming. And I don't remember very many details of the dream, but I do remember one specific thing. I started like choking on something, and like when I woke up, I had felt like a lump in my throat, like that I was actually genuinely choking on something, because it felt like I had something sharp and metallic in my mouth, and it was really scary. I hate having scary dreams like that. I don't remember how to get over there. Okay, actually, I think I do now. it really is quite, it's quite unpleasant having dreams like that. Hello. Hey, how'd you get up here? Wanna party with us? Here, jump in and go get a drink. I love this place. Dang, look at you! You like my mask? I made it myself. Jams the sentinel skins and it looks cool. Nice. Look at your little ditty, how cute. Paid extra to get tonight's dance moves from the bouncer. He's the one programming the holograms in his spare time. Oh, look at that! Cool. Oh, you're in the zone. Give it to the left, give it to the right. Beep, boop, sweep, swoop. It's called the Zagima dance. This club sucks. When I tried to go to that stupid VIP room, they kicked me out. Hey, can you believe it? So I stole this lever just for kicks. Give me a drink, I'll give you this silly lever. I don't need it and I don't want to be caught with it. Speaking of weird dreams, was I in a dream where a killer duck wearing a Viking's helmet was chasing me? Oh, that's my favorite thing about dreams, is that sometimes, like, something absolutely absurd happens, and, like, in hindsight, it's really silly, but in the dream, it's, like, a genuine threat. Hey, everybody, DJ Metzi here. Let's get this party started. The first song has been requested by a very questionable friend, Laser. I think, one of my favorite, dream things that I know about is from the Game Grumps when Aaron had the barnacles dream. That one always gets me. Cause, like, it really, a dream can turn into a hellscape at any moment. And it's so funny. Hey, customer, the access to the VIP balcony is closed. Some private business going on there. It's been reserved by some blazer guy, I think. I see. I remember that. AFK real quick. That's alright. Do what you need to do. Memory. When I was human, my friends and I would gather and party long into the night, even if we had to suffer the annoying consequences the next morning. It felt good to find joy despite the unlivable surface. The underground living conditions became more and more squalid. The capitalistic greed of companies like NecoCorp, the police state created by the Sentinels. Now I remember why we were doing that. Nice. Got 2 memories left, but I don't think I'll be able to get them. Enjoying yourself, little one? Ooh, thanks, my friend. Here you go, as promised. I like his pants. Those are some sweet pants. Ooh, puzzle. Nice. I see. Let's see. Let's see if I can get them all down. Welcome back! I gave the strange drink to the guy and I got a memory. Let's see. That's all of those. Actually, if I don't know if it's possible to get them all down, but I think it would be funny if I did. Because I remember getting across without getting them all down. Yeah, I have a feeling it's not possible, but I still want to give it a try anyway. So I have pretty much all of them up now. Ooh, almost. I like how by just playing you can get memories. Yeah. There's the main story ones and the side ones. Thankfully, the side ones don't seem really necessary in any way. Just little tiny world building things. All the main ones are important. And you don't really... Oh! There goes our guy. Yeah, sometimes it's nice how just exploring can get you some pretty neat memories. Hello. I have a very good relationship with the Sentinels. I don't understand why people complain so much about them. Because they're assholes, that's why. Uh-oh. I'm gonna take a sip of my boba. Two birds with one stone. Not as clever as you look, little cat. Anyway, nothing personal. Business is business. Business is money. And I value money way more than friendship or camaraderie. They're all yours. The pure betrayal I felt the first time this happened. God. That poor cat. I think on PS version you can get a trophy by getting all the memories. Yeah, that's probably an achievement. I'm Nikki! My clothes got taken. I'm just a naked little kitty. Honestly, the PlayStation version and the PC version probably share achievements. I just haven't bothered to get them yet because I just kind of want to play through for now. Jail. I got thrown in gay baby jail. How unfortunate. Poor guy. Don't remember exactly how to get up. Yep. Cats just have that natural parkour instinct. With their built-in suspension. Let's see. Yeah, I think I just need to... Neep. Bye! Woo! Don't want to get caught. But I think that is where I need to go. Let's see. Oh no! I got close to getting there though. There's 2 doors. I wonder how many of these bots were just thrown in jail and just left abandoned. I bet all of these bots that we see here were... Once my cat got on top of my bed frame, which is really hard to do. Yeah. I don't know how they managed to do some of that kind of stuff. I don't remember where to go. I think unless there was something under one of the beds. But not in this room. I think it's in the other room. I completely turned around. I got a bit lost. And I know there's 3 of those rooms. Yeah, not that one. This one. I remember. Aha! Oh wait, this is just... No! This is where I was! But there might be other ones in other rooms. I cannot remember how I got out of here on my first playthrough. But I think it did take me a while. Come on, I should be able to get up there. Yeah. Shit! No! Ooh, okay. I feel like a lot of people forget how smart cats really are. Like, yeah, like house cats can be really, really dumb, but like... But stray cats are usually much more resourceful since they have to survive and stuff. Besides, you can train cats to learn a lot of cool stuff. It's just half the time they don't feel like it. Like, I remember when there was that cat face filter that went viral and completely disproven any tests that cats couldn't recognize reflections because they were freaking out when they saw it. Because it's not that cats are dumb, it's that they just don't, if they don't feel like doing something, they're just not gonna do it. They're not like absolutely unconditionally obedient like dogs. They do what they want because they're smart. Oh, must be 12. Cats freak out because of a cucumber. Did you know that's actually because of like, it's just an instinctive response to like snakes and stuff. Because, you know, you look in the corner of your eye and you see long green thing and you think, oh shit, danger! Just like seeing like a black speck on the wall, you might immediately assume it's a spider. It's that same kind of logic. So really, you might make fun of a cat or like laugh at them for being scared by cucumbers, but it's for a pretty good reason. It's just instincts. I mean, like, trypophobia exists because it's a response to illness and parasites. Just an instinctive response to parasitic infection. I said my mom to ask because she was a vet. She said it's bad for them. Ah. Yeah, I'm sure the fruit itself is bad for them since cats are obligate carnivores. I feel like some people forget that. I don't want to get caught. I'm a sneaky baby. Ooh, that was close. Let's see. I don't think I'll be able to get past that, but... Damn. I think I'll have to go back a little bit. Ah! Shit! Box time. A pitch black cat. It's so hard to find when it's nighttime. Oh, same! You'll sometimes hear me talk about Bub. His name's Jupiter, but I always call him Bub. And he is also a fully black cat. And he used to do this thing where sometimes he would like purposefully hide in dark areas of the house just to jump out and spook somebody. He used to do that with me all the time. It was really cute. I know I have to go this way, but I don't know, like, specifically from here. Because I can't jump that. Don't remember. Unless there's a way to get through the mirror. Or the window. I have my two boys that I talk about all the time. It's Bub and Saturn. And, oh, shit! That's right, there's a switch here. I forgot about that. Totally forgot about the switch. I was so confused. But that makes more sense. No! No! You can't get me. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I didn't even see that one. Forgot to mention, Bub and Saturn are litter mates. So they're brothers. Woo! You can't get me. I'm tiny. I fit in small spaces. I think this series might be the first one I start to edit for my main channel. Because I have my VODs channel on YouTube. But, but I haven't really posted anything on my main channel just yet. I used to post like speed paints and stuff. But, I stopped doing that since, copyright is a thing. But I think I should start doing more of that once I start doing drawing streams. I have no idea how I'm gonna edit these two videos though. Oh, that was too close for comfort. Are you not gonna move? Hello? You know what? Oh shit, it was moving! No! Haha, you should aim. Bye! I have returned with my friend. Oh my gosh! Clem's hand says kiss me. That's cute. My bestie is back. Uh-oh. Am I starting to drop frames again? No, it's just for a moment, but it stopped. Okay. My kilobits per second is good as well. I always need to keep an eye on those things. I need to remember that. I remember something from my childhood. I had Bluetooth earbuds. They were at full volume. My dad opened my door, but I didn't hear him. Turned around and I almost fell down out of fear. Oh my god, that happens to me all the time. I always wear headphones for sensory reasons. I have another pair of headphones that are Bluetooth. And oh my goodness. Oh, I end up getting spooked all the time. Because I'll just be like in the kitchen doing my own thing, and then my dad will be like, "Hey!" in the distance. And I'll just be like, "Oh shit! What do you want?" Like, I get real grumpy when he does that. But he's real loud in general. I suppose that's just a conflict of things we can't really change about ourselves. It is what it is. Anyway, continuing the game. I felt like I was trapped in my lab's computer system again, all alone. Yeah, this is the second time. Well, you came back for me. Can't believe it. You're a good friend. So glad that we're all together again, but we're not safe yet. We need to find a way out of here. Can you open that door just there? I remember the first time Bluetooth earbuds really became a thing. They were so crappy, and they were so, like, low quality and stuff, but they were so expensive at the same time. Let's see. How do I get in there? Yeah, come grab one of these. Help me, please. You help me, I help you. That's how it works. Come on. Use that good old throwing arm. Ooh. My sister has a black cat named Luna, and I think another one named Lucy. And last year, I went to visit her and her family for the summer. And Luna was still like a very tiny baby, and she used to sometimes jump on everybody's shoulders, and it was the cutest thing ever. I don't know if she still does it, but she's definitely one of those longer type of cats. I think she's part I think she might be an oriental short hair, or at least partially, because of her build, because of how she grew. Oh no, our window, it's broken. Had the tone go, oh no, our table, it's broken. I think that was how it sounded. The sentinels are blocking the way again. They'll spot me instantly. Maybe you could try and bait them into those cells and lock them in. I can, and I will. It's a bit scary, but I can do it. Hello. You see that guy on the ground over there? He was rebooted. I don't want to lose my memory. I'm so scared. I got you, Pablo. Watch this shit. Come on, let's go. It is big brain time. This recovery center has done me the greatest good. My mind is clear and lucid. I am an exemplary citizen now. Yes, oh yes, it's big brain time. Memory. This poor fellow. Seems like the sentinels are ruthless when it comes to defying them. This is what I feared. They've completely erased him. No more emotions, no more self-awareness, no more memories. Please, let's not get caught. Well, I got that last optional memory. There's a chunk of memories that I kind of missed, but I think for the most part, I've gotten more than last time. Hey, don't get me in trouble. I only have 758 years left and then I'm free again. My god, that's such a long sentence. That's almost a millennium. Can you imagine? Na 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 boo boo. Woo! Haha! Gotcha. Hello. May I talk to you? Or are you just not talking? Oh. They're probably all like, oh shit. Like, you locked him away? Hello. What? What? You did? Haha! That was funny. Imagine you can bring the other robot that was sitting on the ground. Ooh. Yeah. Well done looking up that signal. We gotta take the power back. Yeah, that poor guy on the ground. Let's go see him. He's probably still there. Yeah, I wonder if his body is still functioning. These sentinels deserve it. I want them to know what it feels like to be jailed. Unfortunately, I don't think they feel at all. I got you. It's so funny watching other cats be so agile, and yet my own cats are so clumsy. Like, they are not all built equally. Yeah, get noobed, idiot! This door! It's the only way out of this jail. I think we can open it from that control room over there. We have to find a way to get access to that room, though. Let's look around. Yeah, it's got glass on it, so I can't just hop in. But there might be. Yeah, I believe I can just go around here with Clem's help, perhaps. This door. We're in luck. They left the keys in the door. Hop on the back of the truck. You should be able to jump over the fence to access the secure area. Come on. Up. Up we go. I remember watching a playthrough of this game by Spiff, but he did a challenge where he couldn't run at all. And I believe there was only one time where he actually had to run, like, a single required point. Because otherwise... Oh, shit! I got snipped! Because otherwise, he would have to do it with, like, a really difficult glitch, but he was trying to do it glitchless. And it was in the sewers section because the door that you have to get through is timed. And there's no way to get to it without running. I don't know why these ones are, like, so good at sniping. Trick for this part is run zigzags. Yeah, and that's actually a good tip in general. Like, anytime, like, in regards to, like, if by any chance you encounter a big-ass moose, just, if you try to run in zigzags, it'll have a harder time really getting to you because it's so much bigger with inertia and stuff. I just got so confident because I was able to make it through before without doing zigzags. Oh yeah, I can't do any more of the memories in Midtown. There's no way we'll make it with the sentinels on our tail. I can distract them for a little while, but you have to go. The Outsider's Manifesto says we must go outside at any cost. I wrote that. You're one of us now. It's not that everyone has to get to the outside, but one of us has to. Go now. I'll keep you in my ram, little outsider. It's time to go. So very sad. But it is what must be done. Oh wait, hold on. I remember now. Where is it? Is it on the other side? The generator. Might be down here. I don't remember. Yeah, this is the area. Dun dun dun! And even like, if it seems improbable that a cat could do all of this, just remember, there was a town that had a dog as a mayor, and then there's a train station in Japan that has had hired cats before for their dedication and servitude. So it's not just like just because like they're little and they can't really speak doesn't mean they aren't intelligent. I feel like a lot of research done on the intelligence of animals still has some bias within it. Because we are still making new discoveries about animals we've known for ages. Control room. We're almost there. Yeah, wee! Enjoy the world's safest city. Wild City 99. Hello, how may I help you? Wild City 99. Trying to figure out where that might be. It's really hard to tell. It's somewhere cold, judging by the way it looks. Or it's supposed to be. Maybe it used to be, but isn't now. That's so strange. Greetings, inhabitant of Wild City 99. I am currently painting this area. Please be careful of the wet paint. Have a nice day. I'm not even gonna lie, this area is a bit sad. Violating the rules of confinement will result in a heavy prison sentence. Greetings, inhabitant of World City 99. This door leads to the surface. This door leading to the surface is currently locked due to the confinement procedure. Please refer to any certified engineer inside the control room if you have any requests. Have a nice day. We should get the bulk of the lore here, if I remember correctly. Hello, how may I help you? So strange. Hello, my current task is clean the window. Please refer to any certified engineer inside the control room if you have any requests. Have a nice day. So interesting. And you can see everything from here. And the big world's safest city with man-eating parasites. Yeah. The control room is closed by some sort of security protocol. It says that only humans are authorized to enter. It also says that I'm not considered human. Hey, that's offensive, security protocol. Maybe if we work together we can open this passageway. Oh, I see. It's time to do what I'm good at. That is incredibly dangerous. Like, that cat would be fried for sure. But we're here. This is the control room for the entire city. They controlled everything from here. And it's empty. I remember hating them so much. They had everything. Clean space, limitless power, freedom to move. Little good it did them. The plague. I remember now. Everyone was dying and they thought they were above it all. They did nothing to help us. I watched my family die. I felt helpless. I couldn't do anything to save them. But I can still help you. We can still go outside. Together. I'll carry the memories of humanity and the people I loved. Especially considering the time this game came out, which was only, like, not even a year ago. It really is very much a letter to how the pandemic has affected people in real life. Just put it in like a more drastic sci-fi kind of setting. This is it. The main computer. Because saying things like that, saying that those at the top thought they were above it all, is very accurate. Saying that the rich people, those in power, they don't think they're affected by it. Until it does affect them. Especially able-bodied people. They don't really understand it as well. Sometimes. I mean, obviously, there's exceptions. There's exceptions to everything. I mean, I'm a biologist. I understand that very well. But it's just more common in certain groups than others. According to the mainframe, no one has been here for years. The whole city is stuck in a lockdown cycle from long ago. If we disable it, we should be able to leave. We'll need to bring the rest of these systems online. These computers hold the data we need. We need to turn them on. While you do that, I'll look for passwords and encrypted keys to get into the system. I think what I might do when I start editing this whole playthrough is I think I might split it up into more parts and pretty much cut out anything unnecessary. Like any sort of time where I was like kind of stuck. Because I think that happened a few times in the previous stream last week. It worked. Good job, my friend. I found it. I know how to open the city. Something's off here. Wait, maybe there's a way around it. Oh, am I dropping frames again? Okay, I did for a moment, but it's back to not doing that. I just have a spike every once in a while, it seems. There. That's the workstation to open the city. But there are several layers of security preventing us from using it. Since that keeps happening, I'm a little worried about when I do start doing drawing streams. And I'm saying that specifically because I have no idea how my laptop will handle kilobits and stuff like that. I have no idea if my laptop would be able to handle the quality. I mean, my laptop is fairly new, and it is high quality, but I just don't know how that would compare to my giant beefy computer, and the fact that it struggles even with this. But that might just be due to bandwidth and not the actual system itself. I don't know, I'll figure it out. We've got a bit of time before drawing streams become a thing, so I have plenty of time to figure that out. Now, we need to do what we do best. Me, I'll hack the machines, and you destroy some stuff. Ooh, you know what game I still haven't played yet? The Goose Game. I still haven't played that, and I really should. The system is taking more than I expected. Shit. Oh no, we've got to keep going. I don't think I can destroy anything in there. Don't worry, I can recharge once we open up that workstation. Jeez. I think this little body is done for. It's okay. I'll be alright. Just carry me to the workstation. We can disable that alarm. That's it. We're safe. Listen, I have something to tell you. I knew the power required to disable the city's central control system would be immense, more than this drone body could handle. But with the security now disabled, I can take control of the system and open the city. Overriding it could destroy my software. But I made that choice when I hooked into that first computer, and the consequences it could bring. I'm sorry we won't see the outside together. I thought I needed to carry on the memories of humanity, to hold on to the past. But I see a future in the companions, and you. Here, let me take that off you. You were my friend, the very best I could have asked for. Thank you. Gosh, I've played this game before. I said that a few times, but man, it doesn't matter. That's still really, really sad. I wonder why that disabled the drones. I wonder if they had like some sort of code within them that was set to automatically disable once exposed to sunlight. But I don't even know how that would work in programming and stuff. And I'm a little sniffly, yeah. It was really, really sad. That's why I was so quiet. I didn't want to be all like, you know? I like to just sit and watch this open completely. Gosh. Wait, actually, I kind of want to see. Because the Zerks all got destroyed because they're UV sensitive. It seems like the biofilms are still present, but they should disintegrate over time. Since the Zerks can't live in sunlight. It's interesting that the outside used to be considered a wasteland. But nature always recovers. Nature always prevails. It may not be the same as before, but it will still keep on going. That's always how it has been, and that's always how it will be. I'm sure Zerks still live in things like caves and stuff, but since it's nice and bright out now, they can't live here anymore. And everybody's safe. It's interesting looking at how everything's organized. That the lower parts, there's more lower area than there is upper area, and yet the upper area is considered the well-to-do area, because there's always only a few of the rich, because it's just not sustainable for a mass populace. Oh, I can't talk to any of them anymore, that's right. But it's also interesting looking at the map because, it really doesn't look like... Oh, the flashing screens. Oh, B12 might be back in the network. Didn't even bother looking. I didn't even notice. Well, I hope the network isn't such an unpleasant place for them. Or for him. If he is back in there. You know, I don't think he ever shared his actual name with us. Just to go by B12. But I suppose changing your body may make you feel a little out of place to go with the same name that you used to go by. But that's it. We're back outside. Watch the 4 screens. Oh man, it's a bit late for that. I should have looked at it. I could look up a video and see things like that. I think another really sad thing about this ending is that you don't get to see our dear cat friend get reunited with his family. I think that's the big unfortunate thing. Although it's highly unlikely that it would happen. Oh, that's right! The screen! I saw that! I saw that! Yeah. B12 might really still be in the network. I hate how, like, some people don't really use critical thinking in these kinds of scenarios, because that really is a big deal. Showing and hinting, implying things is such a powerful tool in creative media. And, like, that really makes me think about how... I haven't watched Across the Spider-Verse yet, but I know about the fact that Gwen is implied to be trans. And a lot of people who don't like it are like, no, they didn't say it, so therefore it's not true. Yeah, I don't know if... Is there possibly plans for a second game? I don't really see any room for a sequel, but it would be lovely. Stray 2 game. Beep. Is there going to be a Stray 2 game? Some of them suggest there's a lot to know in the world, and things to find out apart from the player's primary goal of helping the cat find its way back to the surface. Although a lot of fans have asked whether a potential sequel is in development, Blue 12 Studio has yet to officially announce a sequel to Stray. It would be lovely, in a way, but as someone who has been writing stories of my own and eventually will make comics, sometimes it's best to end things before they end up getting stretched out and not so good. Because the story that I'm writing, I have plans for 4 books. And nothing more than that. Maybe a little bit of like prologue and epilogue content, but nothing more than that. And I think if it does turn out good, people would probably want more. Because who wouldn't want more of something they love? but sometimes stories are meant to be short. And I think, yes, this game was fantastic, and it would be lovely to have a little more content. Like, there's always that desire. Well, I'm glad to have you here. It was lovely having somebody to chat with today. Thank you for being here. I think tomorrow, I was planning on playing Astroneer yesterday, but I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't stream yesterday. But I think I might do a little more Astroneer content and maybe try getting the last bits of achievements that I need to get. But I don't know what my plans are yet after that, because I will have to lessen my Astroneer streams. So I might start playing more of other games. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed spending time with me. But yes, it is time to end the stream. I've had a great time today, and farewell. Bye-bye. I'll wait for your thing to pop up on the stream. Hold on. Yeah, bye-bye. Farewell. Have a good day.